Hi, this is Dr. Ruth of Chronic Pain Rescue, founder and medical director. We have a special guest today. I'm so excited to introduce Dr. Alicia Shelly. She is an obesity medicine specialist, but she is a whole lot of great things. So I'm just going to let her tell us some more about herself. Here she is.
Hi. Yes. So my name is Dr. Alicia Shelly. I'm a primary care and obesity medicine physician. I actually work at Wellstar Medical Center in Douglasville. And then also I'm the host of the Back on Track Achieving Healthy Weight Loss podcast, where we talk about how people are able to lose weight, but lose it healthy. And then not only lose it, but be able to maintain.
Awesome. So just to say, this is an aside, I should have asked you back before. I understand you went to Oakwood. Is that correct?
Yes.
Yes. So I have no idea what year they were there, but my sister, um, Simone Arrington, her husband Chuck Arrington also went there. So you probably weren't there at the same time, but anyway, just I'm familiar with the school, so that's neat. Listen, I understand. You are doing great things, CNN and interviewing you and stuff, and you've run the Ironman competition like multiple times. I'm floored. I have no idea what that entails. Maybe you can describe it for those of us who are couch potatoes.
Yeah. So the one thing I enjoy doing is actually taking part in triathlons. And so I've had the opportunity to compete and finish two Ironman halves, and which includes the Ironman half is basically where we swim 1.2 miles in the basically either in a lake or a river. Then we get out, we go bicycling 56 miles, and then we run 13.1 miles all in the same day. In fact,
Wow.
in less than 8 hours and 29 minutes is the goal. And it's a lot of fun. It's a big challenge for me, like just to kind of see what I can actually accomplish. And so now I'm training for the Ironman Maryland, which is basically double the length of the Ironman half. So I'm
Wow.
looking forward to all of that. And I just recently ran the London Marathon as part of my training, so that I'm ready
Awesome.
for the marathon portion of the actual Ironman.
That is really an accomplishment. I like I say, I bow to you. I don't see myself doing that much, but staying active is important. How did you fall into obesity medicine? Just wondering, what was the impetus to do that?
Yes. So I actually struggled with obesity even as a child. And so it wasn't, when I was going through medical school, obesity medicine wasn't something that was really talked about. Even though people talked about obesity, it wasn't something that they taught us in school. And so after I got out, I started helping. I wanted to help myself, but then also my patients were asking for it. They would come in and they're like, "Doc, I really want to lose weight. How can you help me?" And so my partner at the time, he actually had a weight loss clinic where we saw people for weight loss, and I wanted to get more information. I wanted to get to know, and so that's when I started going to the conferences, becoming. I actually studied for the boards and passed it, and so it just really had opened my eyes to the field of obesity, and that obesity is a chronic disease. And it's something we don't talk about. We think that, oh, you just need to push away from the table and eat less. But for some people, there are multiple reasons why people gain weight. For
Mhm.
me, it was genetic. It runs in the family. Usually, in my aunts and mother, they gained their weight as an adult. But for me, I had problems even as a child. And so,
Okay.
and for other people, it can be medications that they've been given that has caused them to gain weight. It can be depression, anxiety, thyroid or endocrine problems. So there's
Mhm.
a lot of different things that cause people to gain weight. And we definitely need to, address that and realize
Right,
that it may not necessarily be your fault. And
right,
so
right.
that people can understand that and kind of get away from that guilt.
Yeah, that's important. That's important. Um, I don't do obesity medicine at all. I know I've had friends that say, well, should I take this or should I take that? And I'm so wary because of the past. There were these meds that, they take them for the obesity and they're having heart problems. And I was like, I don't know, but I wouldn't take that. That's kind of where I've been. But there are newer things. And I know you know a lot about Ozempic, which it's new to me. I don't know how long they've been using it for obesity, but maybe you could talk some about, what the latest things are, particularly Ozempic.
Yeah. So definitely, I just want to just address kind of the medication you're referring to. That was the Fenfed, the pseudoephedrine, no, the phentermine plus ephedra, which eventually, I really say it was in the 90s, was shown to kind
Right.
of cause heart failure, and they had to pull it from the pull it off the market. But now, after that, we had phentermine has been out for a long time as well. That has not shown to have any heart or cause heart failure. Sometimes phentermine is a stimulant, so it can cause your heart rate to beat fast. But it always depends on the person. And some people who who drink a lot of coffee, who have a lot of caffeine, they don't even notice these effects. But for
Mhm.
somebody who's naive, they sometimes can feel that jitteriness, or if they experience anxiety. And that's the medication has been out for a while prior to Ozempic. So Ozempic actually came out, was FDA approved for diabetes in 2017. So it's been out
Okay.
for over 5 years. It's something we've been using in the field of diabetes. And the
Mhm.
one thing that I liked, that I noticed immediately, was that people were, feeling less hungry. They felt more satisfied. They were able to lose weight. So a lot of times when people who have diabetes, they tend to have insulin resistance, which means that their body does not respond to the insulin that their pancreas produces. And so the pancreas just is secreting all this insulin, and it's just kind of piling up in the body. And when you have too much insulin in the body, it actually causes fat to be stored. So it does the
Mm.
opposite of what you want to do as far as losing weight. You're actually gaining weight. And so it's
Right.
sometimes harder for those who have diabetes to lose weight because of that fact. But the way Ozempic works, and just that particular class of medication, it increases a hormone in the body, that an appetite hormone that not only causes you not to feel as hungry, but it causes you to feel full and satisfied. But then it also causes your body to respond properly to the insulin that it's producing. So you're having less
Um,
insulin on board. Instead of you're storing fat, you're actually burning fat. So it really helps with with losing weight, all in multiple ways. And in fact, even for diabetes, it helps in 6 different ways to kind of help with improving your blood sugar as well. And,
okay.
and so with that, when they saw that their patients who are diabetics losing weight, they're like, oh my gosh, we need to do more research. And so they did the research, they did the cardiovascular studies. So now with a lot of the medications, they have to actually look at, how is this going to affect the heart long term. And so they have a lot of cardiovascular studies that are out there, and they realize that this medication is safe.
Okay.
And we do use it for patients who have heart failure, who have atrial fibrillation. It is a nice option for them because they can't take the fentanyl. They can't.
Okay. Okay.
Um, and so, but with the Ozempic, it's definitely another option to help. And so, I'm sorry, my story I was getting to is that they did approve the Ozempic, but they now call it Wegovy. It's sister drug for weight. So they're
Oh,
two
okay.
different
Okay.
medications, one for
Okay.
diabetes, the other one for weight loss, but they're
Okay.
actually the same medication.
Okay. Now, are there bad side effects? Because I think I've heard there's some issues with it for some
Well,
people.
you know what? With all medications, there are going to be side effects. And
Mhm.
so, and everyone, like you said, everyone's different in how they respond. The most common side effects that are out there are going to be your nausea, your stomach upset. For some people, they may experience constipation, whereas other people experience diarrhea. So it just depends on the person. How we like to use not only the semaglutide, is that we actually have people like just gradually taper up on it. So they're
Ah,
on one dose for the month, and then they go
mhm.
to the next dose, and then they go to the next dose, until they get to the maintenance dose of 2.4 milligrams in the semaglutide. So it
Okay.
really gives people, it really helps with reducing the nausea. And then the other thing that I tell people, if you're experiencing nausea, change the location where you give it. Instead of giving it to yourself in your abdomen or your stomach, you can give it to yourself on the front part of your thigh or behind your arm, kind of where you have more extra fatty tissue, because
Okay.
it'll help with reducing that nausea symptom.
Oh, so this is injectable.
It's a
I
Yep,
didn't
it's a
I
once
didn't know
weekly
that.
injection. Yeah, it's
Okay.
a it makes it nice because you don't have to take a pill every day, and it's just
Mhm.
once a week. Once a week, you just choose the day and you take
Oh,
it.
once a week? That sounds great.
Yeah.
How quickly can people expect to start losing weight on it? Does it wait till you get to the maintenance or?
No, you'll actually start to feel a change in your appetite. Now, it may not be as strong at the lower doses, but as you start to taper up, you'll notice that you're not as hungry. You'll notice that, when I eat, I feel full, or, I'm not, usually I'd be craving a snack around this time, but I'm not craving a snack right now. Like, you'll notice a difference.
Okay.
You may find that you used to be really just, you're hungry and you're like, I'm gonna eat whatever is available, but now you can wait and choose something more healthier. So you
Mhm.
can start to see that within I would say within the week of taking the medication. But of course, it'll start off slow, and then as you keep tapering up, that sensation will get stronger.
Okay, my goodness. I'm wondering why I don't know more people on this.
Well,
It sounds great.
yeah, and the one thing with medications, and especially with weight loss medications, and this is when we really need to petition our Congress people, our senators, our people who are making these decisions, because a lot of the weight loss medications are not covered. It's not standard for employers to include the obesity rider that covers weight loss
Oh
medications.
my goodness.
And so it really makes it hard for people to get this who really need it. Because
Mhm.
I didn't mention it, I failed to mention this, but with obesity, it has been associated with at least over 200 medical conditions. And so it's really important that if we can help people with losing weight, we can help them with these chronic conditions, and not only lead a more healthier lifestyle, but we
Mhm.
have to petition our human resources. We have to petition our government so that they can
Mhm.
make this a priority so that people can be able to
What
get it.
about Medicare? Does Medicare cover it?
No. Now we can
No.
get Medicare to cover Ozempic, but we usually have to get it covered Ozempic for people who have diabetes. But if you
Right.
don't have diabetes, you don't have insulin resistance or prediabetes, it really makes it difficult.
Oh my goodness. Yeah, you're right. We do have to petition. Oh boy, there's a lot to petition.
It is. We just need to protest. We just really need to get there and be like, yes, we need these medications. But it
Yeah.
does help. It does help because recently I live in the state of Georgia, and the bariatric surgeon had been petitioning for over 10 years to get the state health employees access to bariatric surgery. And
Right.
finally, last year, they were able to get access not only to bariatric surgery, but to
Mm,
weight loss medications. And
okay.
so it can be done. We just
Mhm.
have to be consistent and keep going at it. Keep talking to them. Keep
Right.
informing our government, because they don't know. They're dealing with a lot of other stuff. But tell them that this can help their constituents live a healthier lifestyle.
Mhm, mhm. And so considering how many, as you said, diseases are associated with, I don't want to say based in, but associated with obesity, that you would think that that would be a priority to help, reduce the costs of all this medical care we're given. Yeah, sick
Yeah.
care we're given. Yeah.
Because I mean, when we look at obesity, I
Mhm.
mean, it's like over $40 billion that is spent to help
Mhm.
people with losing weight. Like, this industry is huge, and so
Right.
we could be saving people, not only saving lives, but saving money. It could
Right.
be economically where people lose weight.
Right, right, absolutely. So if there's someone that would love to work with you, and how can they find you?
Yes, you can follow me on Instagram at Dr. Shelly MD. Also, yeah, if you would like to be a patient at the Wellstar Centers of Best Health, you can reach out to our. We have actually multiple centers in the Atlanta area. Feel free to reach out to my office at Wellstar Medical Center in Douglasville. We'll be happy to get you in and get a consultation. And like again, feel free to follow me on my podcast on the Back on Track Achieving Healthy Weight Loss podcast, where we talk about just the common issues that people need to learn about in order to achieve a healthier weight.
All right. Well, thank you so much. I know my audience has really appreciated it. I appreciated it. I've learned some stuff today. So thank you so much.
Welcome. Thank you.
All right. Until next time, peace and blessings.